Station, Texas, Kyle Field, over the 12th man, and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the San Diego State Aztecs, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Texas A&M Aggies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Aztecs will kick it away first. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense will have first crack at this one. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Got his man quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's very early in the college football season, but this coaching staff has to be very pleased by what they've seen from their quarterback. He's making real good decisions, and he's been accurate. That was his 100th completion early this year.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Got his man. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Looking to throw again. This time on target.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Got the quick pass. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. A&M comes back out with another first down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. And the Aggies didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Aztecs offense has its first opportunity of the day. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. And he gets back on top of it and averts disaster.
That is a nice break for the offense. Man, those are plays that you don't think about down the road, but those are turnovers. They just bounce a little bit in the direction of the defense. You're so jacked up. You create momentum, juice. It could change the game. That's a great break for the offense.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Aztecs decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got it in the middle with Singletary. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Aggies. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass, it's Jamison. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. They want to throw it. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. And the Aztecs will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. Makes a move. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Robinson. Oh, he's got some space. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. And that one's going to get Reveille howling a happy tune.
Reveille, the 12th man, all the swaying, the traditions when you go to an A&M game. These fans love their team, and they love playmakers that make big plays down the field.
Caught in the backfield, it's Tillman. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
He makes a grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. He wants it all. Touchdown, Aggie! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. Guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. From the gun, the ground game. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. The Aztecs are in the hurry-up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. To the air, it's Jamison. Here's a heat. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find the rhythm. You've got to wonder about their confidence at this point in the game.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Tillman. Tackle is made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires downfield. Working on the right. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
It didn't look to me, guys, like the QB and his target were on the same page on that outbreaking route. I'm not sure if they both thought it was man or zone or what was happening, but I think that helped lead to the incompletion.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Grab behind the line. It's Tillman. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Snapped it in the shotgun. Touchdown, Aggie! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
Start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on second and long. The give on the inside. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It's square.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Aztecs send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll haul it in right around the logo. And the returner will be brought down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Wide open spaces. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Takes a hit as he fires. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
On that RPO play, I don't hate the decision by the quarterback not to hand it off and throw it deep down the field. I just don't like the throw. Not an accurate throw. He never got his feet back underneath him after riding the running back and not handing it off. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals to hit that throw because that play was there to be made.
Scanning the field, it's Jamison. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Aztecs line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He was able to get that ball up to the 48. Before he stopped on the return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Moves away as he feels pressure. All kinds of time before he fires right. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Yeah, and you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never gonna be a cornerback. That's not gonna happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm gonna go attack and make some plays.
So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Aggies are on the move. Wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Aggies! Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone. because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Gives it on the option. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Back to pass, it's Jamison. Under fire. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fakes to grab. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Release to the back. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Whitehead. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. And the Aztecs want to move quickly. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Aztecs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Aztecs are facing 3rd and inches. Now the play fake. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Aggie. The defense putting points on the board.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Guys, we're about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Back to throw, it's Jamison. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
He's going to throw deep right side. He's got it along the sideline. He's loose. Pass to 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, San Diego State.
Man, what a great way to end the first half. It wasn't a perfect first half. A lot of mistakes, still trailing by a lot. But here's the deal. Now you put yourself in a position, go make some things happen. Force some turnovers, play good in the 2nd half. Who knows what will happen.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in College Station. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem. I don't think this defense has the solution.
Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business. They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.